Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Joe PT, and for today what we have in here it is the Shenmue. So Shenmue, it is a classic game that it was initially released for the Dreamcast, and the D3T decided to port the game to the new systems, and I mean PS4, Xbox One and also PC, and well, also PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. And so I have in here the PC version of the game. I'm testing the second game since it's supposed to be more demanding than the first game. And well, I'm not going to deliver the results without recording because this game is capped to 30 frames per second, so it means that the entire game it is playable at 30 frames per second. So there are a couple of stuff that I personally didn't enjoy too much on this remaster. The first one, it's because this remaster is quite simple. It's not a full remaster like Yakuza. It's just a simple remaster from the old game. Okay, there are some improvements comparing to the Dreamcast version, but still everything looks still very old. I think the only good thing about this game is that it's now officially available on the PC, because apart from that I think it's pretty much old. So the resolution that I'm using it is 1440p. I'm using super sampling to 200%. This means that the game it is rendered at 4K, I mean 5K, and yes, you heard it right, I mean 5K, it's not 4K, it's 5K. So it's an abuse of a resolution, and still the game handles quite well those 30 frames per second lock with around 40 to 50% of GPU usage. So this means entirely that if you have a worse GPU, the game will perform in the same way even at 5K. So I decided to use 5K because this is the maximum I can go with my system. I don't think that I'm going to use 5K in order to complete this game. It was just to show you that the game it's really undemanding, okay? And let me start with the bad things about this game. The bad things are the controls. So the game controls behave like the old game, so it just use one analog to control the entire character, so it looks really bad, but that's the way that the classic games were on the consoles before, so the controls are a little bit complicated. Also, the 30 frames per second lock, like I said, it's sad, but I fully understand why this is happening. This is happening mostly because at the time the game was completely coded to only perform at 30 frames per second, so for some reason, if they unlocked the frame rate, you could get kind of problems. And since this game has a lot of KTAs and a lot of cutscenes, probably if you were able to get 60 frames per second, you will run into problems. Who knows? A modder might fix this in the future, but for now, officially the game is locked at 30 frames per second. Okay. Another bad thing is that despite the game do support 16:9 aspect ratios, when you get into a cutscene the game changes to aspect ratio of 4:3, which was like the classic games, and you get a letterbox on the upper and down corner, or I mean upper and down, and also on the sides, so the cutscenes are just on a small square. So that's really unfortunate, but I fully again understand why this is happening. Recently I recompleted the Max Payne 2, and I did use a mode to fully support 16:9, and some cutscenes at the corners were a little bit buggy because some objects weren't supposed to be there or to be seen by the customers, because when you get aspect ratio of 16:9 you get a wider view of the scenario, and so at the time, since all computers were having displays with 4:3, you weren't able to see those details, but when you changed to 16:9 you were able to see details that weren't supposed to be there. I believe that in Shenmue they decided to cap the cutscenes to 4:3 exactly because of that, okay? It's noticeable. Other things that I noticed that are a little bit bad on the game, it's really the sounds. I really mean it. I mean the sound quality of the voices are actually pretty bad. But the good thing is that officially the game is now available on the PC, the first game and the second game. All the things do work despite, yeah, these small problems. The remaster, comparing to Dreamcast, you have better filtered textures. The textures are still the same as the Dreamcast, okay? But you get, it's a little bit better filtered, you get anti-aliasing, you get big resolutions, and you get bloom that enables the game to be a little bit more vibrant and more bright. So in the end, it's a small remaster, it's just a small touch to support recent PCs and recent hardware. but most of the game visuals are pretty much the same comparing to the original. It's just better resolution, better filtering, and all the things are still more or less the same. Okay, so yeah, this game runs in any PC. I believe that any PC can run this game, even a potato can run this game. Okay, so I guess that's all. Thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Never stops to think, does he?